Hi, Herb here with another point of view. This video is going to cover some tips and tricks, the younger generation calls it hacks, about how to somewhat prevent or manage your exposure to viruses or infections. As a retired police officer and 28 years as an emergency medical technician, I learned a few tips and tricks, and I'm going to pass them on to you. The news is full of wash your hands, do not even shake hands, do not travel to virus-infected areas, limit non-essential travel, stay at home and communicate by electronic means. Even masks and gloves may become necessary. If you do not feel well, at least stay home. All of these suggestions are great. Above all, don't panic. Most of us are going to be okay. 98% of us who get this COVID-19 virus are going to survive. Here's a few tips that may help. The most significant item is to wash your hands and items that are touched by hands. Most viruses and bacteria are spread by coughing and sneezing, touching things with unclean hands. When you cough or sneeze, use a handkerchief or a cloth or a towel. If you do not have one, use your elbow. I have to admit, I've seen many young people practice that, and I have to admire them for it. Disinfectant wipes, and there are many brands. Some do not use bleach. If you cannot find any factory-made disinfectant wipes, you can actually make your own. Many health departments require that food service establishments, restaurants, bars, etc., to have a Clorox mix on hand with a cloth to wipe down surfaces and clean up. So I'm going to recommend that if you get like a gallon of water and remove the label, so there's no mistake, and then mark it for bleach water. I would put it on both sides. And then there's many different brands, not particular. Now be careful, this is really strong stuff when it's on its own. Now this mixture is similar to what restaurants use. Now I'm just showing you this for demonstration. This is not gospel, it's just an idea. Now I would take, and for half a gallon, 1 tablespoon. For a gallon, 2 tablespoons. This gives you a mixture of approximately 200 parts per million, between 1 and 200 parts per million. Then you can use this mixture of bleach water and your rag, and this is real effective to clean items such as the keys to your vehicle, keys, and many other things. I'll cover a few things to clean. One thing I'm going to do is use my handy wipe that I got, and I'm going to clean something most people don't think of: my wallet. And not just my wallet. What is it that people like to touch? Money is a popular item that gets touched, but I always keep my credit cards cleaned up, both sides, so when I use them in purchases and shopping, then on my end they're protected. Other things that we can clean are your TV remote buttons, microwave buttons and handles, your refrigerator doors, your faucet handles and toilet handles, shower doors, bathtubs and faucets, light switches and doorknobs, keyboards and mice, your steering wheel, your seat belt and window buttons, your radio and stereo buttons, countertops, drawers, credit cards, your phone. Clean your phone often. Your pen. Things that get used a lot. And take this shopping with you and use your pen. Don't use the one they hand to you, because you know this is safe. Many times we get a lot of mail from many sources. You don't know where it's been, who's touched it. So my suggestion would be to open all your envelopes with your mail. I've already opened these. And then wash your hands. You have one hand that is now going to manage your envelope. With one hand, open the envelope, take out the inside of the envelope, discard the envelope. And again, open the envelope, take out the inside, discard the envelope. With the other same hand, open the envelope, and take out what's inside, discard the envelope. Wash your hands again. And you're fighting the germs or viruses that may have been on the envelopes. Now you can read your mail. I thought I paid that. And then after you read your mail, wash your hands again. Now a lot of you are going to be purchasing online. You're staying at home and not going out shopping a lot. Most of you have access to the internet, and you can purchase items online. So my point here is to treat your packages that are delivered the same as if you were opening your mail. I've been telling my delivery persons to leave the products on the step outside, as you can see, and I've got my handy wipes right here. Not only does Covid-19 and other viruses live on surfaces that we touch. When we touch it, we can move it from one surface to the other. But it lives on hard surfaces for a long time, 2 days on stainless steel, several hours on cardboards and other surfaces. So that's why I discarded the cardboard. I don't need to bring that in my home. And I make sure that my countertops and other products are cleaned off before I put them in storage. Face masks. The most helpful purpose of a face mask is to prevent the spread of the flu virus from you to those around you. I got a couple different ones here. This one is for fine particulate matter. This type of face mask is kind of hard to fit, and they can become uncomfortable. They're not perfect because they have holes here and around here. So there is a chance that microscopic particulate can get in you. But I got one from my doctor. This one is much easier to put on and is a lot more comfortable. It's lighter. Even looks better, doesn't it? But this is a measure that is up to you, that you can use if you want to use it. It probably helps what others have from spreading to you. But those are some of the options on face masks. If you cannot obtain a face mask, here's some suggestions. Avoid large lines. Keep a distance from people of 3 to 6 feet is what they're recommending. I recommend you go 10 feet or more. Avoid large groups, lines, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. Fair enough? For persons that are at risk, or those with underlying illnesses or diseases such as lung disease, heart disease, or those with compromised immune systems, see my video on coronavirus tips and tricks for at-risk individuals and senior citizens. If you're taking vitamin C now, increase your daily intake of vitamin C. It may help improve your immune system. My doctor also recommended that I start taking multivitamins, especially vitamin B. Check with your doctor to make sure what's right for you. Make a plan in case you get sick and need to be quarantined or even hospitalized so that things in your daily life can be taken care of. Make sure you have at least a 30-day supply of prescriptions that are meant for you. When you go out shopping, take your own pen and pencil and use it when signing documents or slips. Speaking of shopping, let's go have a look. Now we're going into the vegetable aisle where there's a lot of uncovered vegetables. Notice the sealed vegetables up on the top shelf. Which would you prefer? Some that people may have been touching or sneezing on, or ones that are sealed? Which leads me to the canned aisle, where you don't have to worry about that other than people touching the outside of the containers. Again, vegetables that are open to the public or those that are sealed, as you can see in some of these pictures here. Eggs. Everybody opens their carton of eggs, check and see, is any broken? Well, check and see if there are any that are sealed, and that is your choice. Very unlikely that people have been reaching in and touching your eggs. Now, I'm leaving the store, and here's the door. The handle, not going to touch it. I use my elbow. And here we go. Free. Good job. When you go shopping, if you want to take your handy wipes with you, that's perfectly fine. It's up to you. I use mine to open doors for stores that don't have the automatic opening doors, and other places like fridges, and especially at the purchasing center where the card reader is at. But no matter what, after you go in the store and purchase your items, wash your hands real good. And if you're at home, at least with soap and water for 30 seconds after you unload your groceries and take them in home, and wash your hands again, put them away, clean your countertop, and you're going to be just fine. You still might get sick, but we may flatten that curve they're talking about and spread this out to where we're going to be just fine. Some trusted websites where you can find additional suggestions and information are listed on your screen here. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the Department of Health and Human Services, and the World Health Organization. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to our channel, as we have some awesome things coming up. God bless you.